We're all familiar with prenups, but a woman in the UK has now been asked to sign a sex contract with her fiancé, or he won't tie the knot. She'll be expected to seal the deal at least twice a week once they get married. But would you sign on the dotted line?
I don't think the sex contract is necessarily a good idea. It depends on how long the couple have been together. I think that the guy might not be that good in bed if perhaps he's trying to force people into committing to that long.
Couples that are sort of signing a contract like that is probably a relationship that isn't going to work. So good luck to the guy if that's the path he wants to try and take.
To me, that would put me off because it's almost like you have to perform then. And obviously you're supposed to be there because you love each other and you care for each other, and that's part of it. So definitely I wouldn't think that would be a good idea for me.
It's rubbish. You should know your partner and trust them.
Exactly.
And, if it fails in sex later on, then deal with it then. Don't sign a contract. It's ridiculous.
Well, sex and relationship expert Dr. Bella Clayton joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Look, I suppose it's one of those things that you should talk about before you get married to see that you're on the same wavelength. But signing a contract, is that a bit tacky?
It definitely is tacky. I mean, what kind of woman is going to sign up for a sex contract? But then again, if you think about it, there sort of has been this unwritten rule across history and across cultures. That is, if you don't provide sex for your husband, then he very well may seek it elsewhere.
Okay. What about blokes, though? Is this a sort of men are from Mars, women from Venus type of thing? Because I could imagine if a woman asked a bloke to sign a contract like that, you'd probably get more takers.
Perhaps you would, perhaps you would. I think really it is highlighting a modern predicament that we have in relationships, which is after somewhat of a time period, one party often loses interest in sex, and that does tend to be women. So although this man is, kind of making an outrageous request, I believe, it does highlight a real issue for many couples.
Yeah, and I suppose it is something to talk about, isn't it? That even when you've been married a long time, it is just understanding each other's sort of expectations, making sure you're on the same page, you're on the same bed.
That's right, and as you go along in a relationship, especially if there's children in the picture, you can really see how romance and family life clash.
Yep.
And that's why a lot of sex therapists, advise scheduling date nights so that intimacy is still given a priority in your life. It's very easy for other demands and priorities to come your way, and for sex and sensuality just to be pushed aside.
Yeah. Bella, thank you very much for your time on that.
No problem.
It's interesting, isn't it? You have date nights with Angie, don't you?
What's it to you?
Well, no, she was saying scheduling date nights. I'm saying that's you and Andrew do that, which is a really good thing.
We went to Sydney Kings last Saturday night. That was our date night, so it doesn't matter where you go. And you have Wednesdays, so,
I have Wednesdays. Well, yeah, that's gone by the wayside. But it is one of those things that...
what a bad way to start a relationship.
Exactly right. A contract is very tacky, but it's something you need to talk about in the relationship to make sure you're on the same page.
Exactly. Moving on. Please, let's get out of here. Now, we've been covering